Okay, Keefe Gym, the site of tonight's basketball game between the Hurricanes from Hartford, hosted by the Rutland High Red Raiders. Mark Carboneau along to the play-by-play. Brian Mayhew on the camera tonight. This is Channel 15, Rutland Region Community Television, back on the air here to bring you high school basketball. Tonight it's boys action, and the first game coming up here momentarily. The 7-2 Raiders last in action last week, Friday night, against the Brattleboro Colonels, and coming away with a victory over the Colonels, and standing at 7-2 on the season, ready to go at it here against the Canes from Hartford High School. And we'll be back momentarily right after this break. Okay, back here at Keefe Gym on the campus of Rutland High School tonight for junior varsity action. Mark Carboneau here, ready to do the play-by-play. We've got the Rutland High Red Raiders hosting the Hartford Hurricanes. The Hurricanes coming into tonight's ball game against the Raiders. First matchup of the season between these two clubs. And they'll see each other again down the road here sometime, I believe, next month. One official on hand at this point, and we'll set the Raider lineup here. We've got Aaron Boynton jumping center for the Raiders, Aaron Bailey, Chris Mayhew, Mike Stempek, and Greg Birajiklian in there for the Raiders, ready to go here against the Hartford Hurricanes from Keefe Gym. Ball is controlled by the Canes. Potwin, number 4, being guarded by Mayhew. Gets it down in the corner there to number 13. That's going to be Caulfield going in underneath. And Mayhew races down with the ball for the Raiders. Chris Mayhew, the sophomore point guard, running the offense there for the Raiders. Shot up there, no good, but Mayhew in the lane. We got a foul. So the Raiders will inbound it. The first foul of the night here against the Hurricanes. Bailey into Aaron Boynton. Boynton up. And a scramble for the ball, taken down by number 15. That's Clough with the ball for the Hurricanes. Into Caulfield now. Trying to go to Dershell for the Hurricanes, and ball's going to go back over to the Raiders. Aaron Bailey for the Raiders, putting it in play. It's at the Mayhew. Now we go to Stempek now. Mike, another one of those sophomores out there. 5 sophomores on the floor here for the Raiders. Mayhew with the basket. And the Raiders are on the board here, 2-0 with 6:53 left. First quarter of action, junior varsity. The Raiders and the Canes tonight from Keefe Gym. There's a shot from outside. Number 4 for the Hurricanes. That's Potwin. And he puts it through the twines there, and it's 2-2. Coming back the other way now, Stempek. Going right in. Mike shots off the rim, but Boynton's there. And Aaron's going to be fouled on the play. That'll send Aaron Boynton to the line for the Raiders. The Raiders 2 and the Canes 2 with 6:29 left in the first quarter. Hey, Aaron's going to have another try here. Hey, the ball taken down here by 15. That's Clough, gets it to Mitchell for the Hurricanes, and he's fouled on the play. Foul goes against Aaron Boynton for the Raiders. That'll put Mitchell on the line here for the Canes. Dick Wright here pressed into action as one of the officials tonight here. That shot off the back of the rim. And Mitchell's shot goes off the back of the rim. Rebound, Boynton gets it ahead to Mayhew. Mayhew races down, now slows it up here for the Raiders. And the Birajeklian. Greg, a little short on that one, and it's taken down by Dershell. Gets it ahead to Potwin. Ball up for grabs underneath there. And it'll stay right down there. It'll be a Cane basketball underneath the, well, it'll be out on the end line. 2-2, the Canes and the Raiders here from Keefe Gym tonight. Pass goes inside there, and it's knocked away. It'll be a Hartford ball underneath. Ball tipped away there by Birajeklian momentarily, but it's picked up by Mitchell for the Hurricanes. Off to Clough now. He throws it over to Caulfield. Goes in the lane. They're going to have a foul there against Aaron Bailey. So Bailey with the blocking foul, and it, Hurricanes will inbound with 5:49 left. 2-2, the Raiders and the Hurricanes. There's Stempeck, and Mike's going to drive in. A little short end on that one there. Down the other end now, the Canes with Potwin leading the way. Back to number 15, that's Clough with the basket. And it puts the Canes up 4-2 with 5:31 left. First quarter of action from Keefe Gym. This is Stempeck. Raiders spreading it out now. Chris Mayhew with the ball. Gets it into Birajeklian. Back to Stempeck. Nice little jump shot, and not enough on it. Rebound, Boynton. Nice board work by Boynton. Puts it through, and it's 4-4 Raiders and the Hurricanes. Junior varsity action tonight. This is Caulfield for the Canes now, dribbling up against Bailey. Potwin here. The Canes weaving in and out, trying to get something going offensively against the Raiders. There's Clough now going inside, and he kind of tight ropes along the baseline down there. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be a Raider ball. That's some fresh faces for the Raiders here. We've got Matt Bloomer, Dave Paller, Drew Blickarts, and Aaron Carboneau now into the ball game for the Raiders. Blickarts with the ball, races a pass there ahead to Carboneau. He steps back in the three-point line, wants to set something up now. Looking inside, into Paller. Blickarts clears that lane out, drives in, and the shot puts up his own rebound, and it's 6-4 Raiders with 4:15 left. Potwin going inside there to Mitchell, and we got a fall underneath. It's going to put Mitchell on the line here for the Canes, and the Raiders on top 6-4 with 4:11 left in the first quarter. Hey, Jake Conway comes in now for Aaron Bailey in the into the contest for the Raiders. Mitchell puts it through, and it's 6-5. The Raiders here with 4:11 left. So we'll set that Raider lineup. We've got Conway, Carboneau. Raiders going against the press now. It's Carboneau and Blickarts, Conway, Paller, and Bloomer in there. For the game for the Hurricanes is Fielding just came in. Now goes to Paller, to Bloomer. Ahead of the pack, now he slows it up and gets it to Carboneau, into Blickarts. Puts it up off the rim, and the rebound stripped away there by number 15 for the Canes. That's Clough. He comes down. Wants to go inside there. Gets it inside to Fielding now. Back out to LeBlanc. LeBlanc over to Potwin. Lets it fly, and it's up off the top of the board there. Carboneau picks up the loose ball ahead to Bloomer. And Matt doing a nice job up over the timeline. Ahead to Conway, and Jake's got it. Conway from out about a 20-footer, and it's 8-5 Raiders. Conway going against LeBlanc here. LeBlanc drives in, gets the bucket, and no call on the play. Picked up by Paller, ahead to Carboneau, 8-7. The Raiders up by 1 here, 3:05 left. And the Canes here with that pressing defense. Conway lets it go, and there's 2 for 2 for Jake. 10-7, the Raiders on top, 2:53 left, first quarter of action. LeBlanc now for the Canes, down the other way. Over to Potwin here, guarded by Carboneau, goes inside to Mitchell. And he's going to drag the pivot foot on that one. Ball goes back to the Raiders with 2:40 left. Conway to inbound it to Blickhartz, ahead to Bloomer. No trouble breaking the press here by the Canes as far as the Raiders are concerned. Into Paller now to Carboneau. Aaron dribbles out to the top of the key, and he's looking inside, wants to go, goes to Bloomer. Into Blickhartz with a nice pass from Bloomer. And it puts the Raiders up 13-7 now. 2:12 left, first quarter of play. Stolen away, Conway with a nice defensive move. And he stepped on the inline. The ball goes back over to the Hurricanes here with 2:06 left, first quarter of action. Chamber into the ball game for the Hurricanes. This is Clough working against Bloomer now. Will turn around jumper off the rim there. The rebound is finally picked up, and he throws it away. It's going to be a Raider ball out of bounds here with 1:51 left. The Raiders on top, 12-7. First quarter of play here from Keefe Gym tonight. Junior varsity action. It's at the Bloomer now. Conway to Bloomer. Bloomer now outside and back to Conway. Jake gets it to Carboneau now. At the top of the key there. Aaron looking for somebody inside. He finds Blickhartz. Drew drives in to a crowd, and the basket's good. 14-7. Blickhartz with the bucket. The Raiders are up by 7 here with 1:29 left. Okay, this is LeBlanc now working against Conway. Goes in that lane, gets it back outside now, and Dave Paller will pick up the fall for the Raiders with 1:14 left. Raiders up 14-7. That'll be the fourth foul against the Raiders in the contest. The Hurricanes have 2 fouls, 2 team fouls. And there's a shot there that's good. Chamber gets the bucket for the Canes, and it's 14-9 Raiders. 1:02 left. Carboneau driving down against, and they're going to get Aaron Carboneau on the charge. Defensive man was moving. I don't understand that one, but at any rate, the Canes will turn it over. Okay, this is LeBlanc, brings it up for the Hurricanes, and the shot's good. Chamber with the bucket, and it's 14-11 now. The Raiders by 3 with about 45 seconds left. Paller now goes to Conway. Conway out the on the left side now over to Bloomer into Blickhartz, and he clears the lane out there. The shot a little short on the round off the rim, and it's back outside. Conway now wants to, now he loses control, and it's picked up by LeBlanc. He's passed by Chambers, or to Chamber. 14-13, and the Canes are right back in this one here. The Raiders by 1. With 10 seconds left, first quarter of action here. Bloomer now working against Potwin out front into Blickarts, and he's followed by Chamber going in. So send Blickarts to the line. Four seconds left here in the first quarter. Blickarts on the line for the Raiders, and he's got another one coming there. He's puts up that one, and that one goes through. 15-13, the Raiders on top here with 3 seconds left. LeBlanc lets it fly. And he gets fouled here at the end, so we're going to hang right here. And if I'm not mistaken, he's going to get 3 free throws, because that was far beyond, it was well beyond the 3-point range. 15-13, the Raiders on top. Okay, LeBlanc gets the first one. Two for two. And he gets all 3. So at the end of one quarter, it's the Hartford Hurricanes 16 and the Rutland Raiders 15. Okay, back at Keefe Gymnasium here tonight for junior varsity action. Getting ready to start the second quarter of play. The Rutland High Red Raiders find themselves down by 1 point here, 16-15. And we got Chris Mayhew there. It looks like he was fouled on the play underneath. And we'll set the Raider lineup. We've got Mayhew, Stempak, Greg Sinus in there, Greg Birajeklian, and Pat Dwyer. Hey, Chris has got another one coming here. 16-15. The Canes on top of the Raiders with 7:58 left. Second quarter of action. Hey, Mayhew's free throw makes it 16 apiece. Coming down the other way now, the Hurricanes. This is LeBlanc. Gets it over to Potwin. Potwin out front over here now, being guarded by Mayhew. A little pressure there by Chris. Back to LeBlanc. The Canes like to go with that hurry-up offense and that pressure defense. The Raiders putting a little defense of their own on. And there's a long shot, which is picked off by Mayhew. Brings it down, and Chris is going to take this one in himself. And that'll send Chris to the foul line here with 7:24 left. All knotted up here at 16 apiece. Right. 17-16 Raiders. Mayhew gets them both, and it's 18-16 the Raiders. LeBlanc working against Dwyer out there. Goes to Potwin inside now. Clough back to Potwin. He lets it fly. That's it'll stay right down there. It'll be a Hurricane ball underneath their own basket. Ball goes far outside there. It's taken by McCord now. They like to drive in that lane. It's fall against Mike Stempeck of the Raiders, and that'll send, let's see, if they're going to be, yeah, he was in the act, so it's going to be a 1-1. McCord gets the first one. Got a chance to tie it back up here. And that one doesn't go. It's a rebound by Birajeklian ahead to Stempeck. Stempeck out in front now, gets it ahead to Dwyer. Dwyer, nice move there by Greg Birajeklian, got his man up in the air, was able to pick up the fall on the play. Raiders will inbound with 6:55 left. Second quarter of action from Keith Jim tonight. The Raiders on top 18-17 over the Hartford Hurricanes. Bucket's good. Birajeklian for the Raiders, and it puts them ahead 20-17 now. The Raiders going with that full court press. There's a ball knocked away by Sinus. A kick by Potwin for the Canes, and it's picked up by, well, now it's taken away by Dwyer. And there's a lot of contact out there, but no whistles being blown. This is Mayhew. And certainly letting them play. Now they're going to get steps on Chris Mayhew for the Raiders. And it'll bring the ball back into Hartford's hands here with 6:31 left. A nice play by Greg Sinus for the Raiders to strip that one away. Ahead to Sinus. Oh, pretty play there. Nice pass from Mayhew to Greg Birajeklian, but couldn't make it go on a shot, but nice work out there by the Raiders as far as moving that ball around. We'll take a short break. 20-17. The Raiders are up. Okay, back we are here, ready to go. The Raiders on top, 20-17. Second quarter action from Keith Jim. It's the Raiders and the Hurricanes tonight. Canes with the ball now out in front. That's McCord. Driving against Stempeck, back to Potwin, now to LeBlanc out. Comes up short, puts up the jumper, and it's taken down by Mayhew. Ahead to Stempeck, he's got the lane, he's going to take it. And the basket's good. Nice move by Stempeck, picks up the bucket for the Raiders, and we got a foul now against Rutland. Raiders up 22-17 with 5:52 left, second quarter of action. So that's going to send LeBlanc to the line here for the Hurricanes to shoot a 1-1. Finally picked up by Potwin there for the Hurricanes. Bounce pass, nice block there by Greg Birajeklian, and that'll keep the ball down at that end. LeBlanc will inbound it here for the Hurricanes, gets it into misspell, and he puts it in for the Hurricanes. It's 22-19, the Raiders on top with 5:36 left. This is Dwyer out in front to Stempeck. Wants to go underneath there to Sinus. It's stripped away though. Misspell brings it up for the Hurricanes. Over to Potwin now. Potwin working against Mayhew out in front. They're just going with that tough defense. Making the Hurricanes work here, and it pays off as the Raiders will inbound at 22-19. They find themselves up in this one with 5:07 left. And the second quarter play here from Keefe Gymnasium tonight. We'll set that Raider lineup now. We've got Mayhew, Blickarts, Boynton, Stempeck, and Dwyer. There's a pass that's picked off by Misspell of the Hurricanes. He dribbles it up. And Stempeck redoes the favor. Mike picks that one off, and they bring it back the other way. To Boynton. Blickarts over to Mayhew. Chris will drive in, and he's going to be fouled on the play. And the Hurricanes with 6 team fouls, and right now it's 7. So both teams with 7 fouls apiece. (22-19) with 4:40 left. Second quarter of action here. And the ball pulled down there by Misspell of the Hurricanes. He gets it ahead to number 13 into the ball game, Caulfield. Caulfield now driving against Mayhew. Loses control, but it's going to be inbounded by the Hurricanes with 4:27 left. That one's picked off by Boynton. Ahead to Mayhew. Mayhew now, nice pass again into Blickarts. Pretty play by the Raiders. Nice movement down there, and Mayhew made it happen with that nice pass to Blickarts. And Drew gets the bucket. 24-19, the Raiders on top with 4:09 left. Got a foul outside. Well, they were letting them play in that first quarter. Now they've tightened up a little bit here, and they're calling them a little closer here in the second quarter of play. This will send LeBlanc to the line here for Hartford. He's been just about perfect here tonight from the foul line. Hey, Conway checks in for the Raiders. Hey, LeBlanc gets them both, and it's 24-21 Rutland with 4:07 left. Second quarter of play, and there's a lot of action down underneath that basket, and the ball goes back to the Raiders here. Raiders going with Conway, Stempeck, Mayhew, Blickarts. There's a nice pass to Stempeck. He waits, and he puts it up off the glass and in. Stempeck with the bucket for the Raiders, 26-21. Rutland on top with 3:54 left. Going the other way with LeBlanc now for the Hurricanes. Gets it back outside to Misspell. He puts it up off the glass. Stempeck finds himself with the basketball, and he brings it down for the Raiders. What a Chris Mayhew now out deep, and he wants to go inside. Boynton goes up. Nice shot by Aaron Boynton. Up over the defender, and it's 28-21. The Raiders open up a 7-point lead now. Little pressure defense out in front there by Conway. Working on LeBlanc. He gets it inside to Misspell off the rim there, tipped away. And LeBlanc is going to put it up again. Now he pulls it outside, and it goes into Caulfield. Working against Mayhew now for the Raiders to LeBlanc. Caulfield puts up the shot. Misspell puts it off the glass, and it's 28-23, and the Canes here hanging tough. Down by 5. The Raiders up here with 2:52 left. Nice bounce pass there by Mayhew to Blickarts. And they capitalize once again on that play. It's 30-23. Stempeck steals the inbounds pass to Mayhew. Blickarts sets the screen. Mayhew drives in. The rebound is put back up. Finally, Boynton puts it through the twines for the Raiders. And it's 32-23. The Raiders with a little pressure defense now. This is Conway working against LeBlanc out in front here. Raiders on top, 2:15 left, second quarter of action, 32-23. This goes into Misspell, and they're going to get Aaron Boynton here for the foul. Let's see if they got the right number up there. See how many fouls this is against Boynton. This looks like his second personal of the game. This will send Misspell to the charity stripe for the Canes with 2:09 left. Perigo into the game for the Hurricanes. Okay, Misspell's got another one coming here with 2:09 left. Raiders out in front of this one. So he misses both of them, and we come back the other way with Mayhew. Carboneau's in there now. Blickarts, Barajeklian, and Bailey. And Chris Mayhew gets the bucket. 34-23. Chris likes to drive that lane, and we've got a foul outside. This one's going to go against Aaron Bailey of the Raiders, so that'll send LeBlanc to the line for the Canes with 1:52. Hartford's going to go with some fresh faces here to finish out the last minute and a half here of the ball game, and step into the line as LeBlanc for the Hurricanes. Okay, we'll set the Raider lineup now. We've got Carboneau, Mayhew, Blickarts, Barajeklian, and Conway in there for Rutland with 1:52 left. Blickarts controls it, gets it ahead to Carboneau. Now he stops. Wants to set something up here, gets it to Conway. Over to Blickarts. Drives in, screened by Carboneau. The shot goes off the glass, and it's good. Blickarts with the bucket, 36-23 Raiders. LeBlanc brings it down the other way now, ahead to Potwin. Potwin for the Hurricanes out in front there against Carboneau. Wants to go inside, gets it to Mitchell, and the shot's no good. It's taken down by Blickarts. He clears the board for the Raiders. Mayhew dribbles the ball up. Ahead to Barajeklian, and Gregg lays it off the glass and in. The big men here getting on the board for the Raiders. Barajeklian and Blickarts finding that, getting some nice screens and getting some good passes, and adding to that Raiders score. It's 38-23. The Raiders on top with 1:06 left. Second quarter of action from Keith Jim. Had a foul on the play. This will send this will be LeBlanc for Hartford. He's got the touch here at the foul line. He hasn't missed yet. It's 38-24. The Raiders on top. I must have jinxed him. He missed. That's the first one he missed. 38-24. Back the other way. The Raiders with Mayhew to Carboneau. Aaron Carboneau gets the bucket, and it puts the Raiders up 40-24 with less than a minute left in the second quarter. This is McCord working against Mayhew here in the backcourt. Chris dogging him here all over the place, and it goes to LeBlanc for the Hurricanes, being guarded by Conway. Now to the corner to Potwin against Carboneau, lets it fly. The rebound is pulled down by Mayhew. It's the pass away, good save there into Blickarts ahead to Conway. Gets it to Carboneau. He wants to bring it outside. Raiders going to hold for one shot here before the half. 40-24. The Raiders on top. Now it goes to Conway. We've got about 10 seconds left. Jake drives into the lane and puts it up and in. 42-24. The Raiders have opened it up here in this second quarter of play with there's a last second shot. That'll do it after one half of play. The Raiders 42 and the Hurricanes 24. Okay, back at Keith Jim here. Second half of play beginning, the third quarter action. It's 42-26. And we've got Greg Barrett-Jacklin at the foul line. We had a whistle. Obviously some kind of a violation here. So the Raiders, well, get the ball right back. Conway steals it. And they're going to get Mike Stempeck for steps. They're calling him close here in the second half. They let him play pretty much in the first half. The Raiders with the lead, 42-26. And we'll go over that scoring in the first half here. Blickarts is leading the way for the Raiders with 11 points here. He had 11 in the first half. Mayhew chipped in with 7. There's a long pass, and LeBlanc is going to run it down. A nice save. Gets it into Mitchell. Mitchell puts it up. A little short on that end, and we come back down with the Raiders here. This is Mayhew. Mayhew, Stempeck. Conway, Barrett-Jacklin, who puts it up and in. And Greg Barrett-Jacklin gets the bucket for the Raiders. It's 44-26. And with 7:19 left in the third quarter of action here, the shot is taken down there by Conway. Gets it ahead to Barrett-Jacklin. Barrett-Jacklin now holds it up. Gets it to Stempeck. Stempeck in that first half had 4 points for the Raiders. Got a scramble for the ball. See what they're calling here. It'll be a Hartford ball inbounding. We get the lineup for the Hurricanes. This is Dershell inbounding. He gets it ahead to Clough. Clough brings it up against Mayhew. And the ball goes into LeBlanc now. LeBlanc, number 5 for the Hurricanes. Working against Dwyer. Tried to go inside. The ball gets batted back outside. This is put up. Caulfield gets it for Hartford, and it's 44-28 now. The Raiders on top. Third quarter of action. Junior varsity game here from Keefe Gymnasium tonight. Chris likes that lane there. He couldn't quite get through that time, and it's taken down by LeBlanc. Now it's stripped away by Conway. Conway on the move, off the glass. Basket's good, and Jake is fouled on the play. Looks like it's going to go against Dershell for Hartford. So it sends Jake Conway to the line for the Raiders, one of the freshmen here on this junior varsity squad this year for Mark Benetatos. Jake had 6 points in that first half. Off the back of the rim on that one. It's controlled there by the Hurricanes. Caulfield, and he gets it ahead to Clough, who lays it off the glass and in. 46-30 now. The Raiders up by 16 with 6:03 left in the third quarter of play here. Raiders might be trying just a little bit too hard at this point. They broke open a close game in the second quarter here to move up 42-24 at the half, and now the Hurricanes have put on a little bit run of their own. This is taken away by Stempeck, brings it down now, being guarded there by number 13, Caulfield. Stempeck wanted to go to Carboneau, but the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll go back over to Hurricanes with 5:42 left. Third quarter of action here. The Raiders on top. So Mitchell is going to be hammered down there. A little double team there by Conway and Dwyer. Let's see what they're going to get for the foul. Foul goes against Pat Dwyer of the Raiders, so that'll send number 21 Mitchell to the line for the Hurricanes. And Mitchell's got another one coming here with 5:38 left. The Raiders on top, 46-30. And into the ball game comes Aaron Boynton and Aaron Bailey for the Raiders. We'll set the lineup here right after this free throw. Well, Mitchell gets 1 out of 2 for the Hurricanes, and it's 46-32. The Raiders on top with 5:38 left. Carboneau gets it ahead to Boynton. And they're going to get Aaron Boynton for traveling. The Raiders look a little bit confused at this point here. They're up 46-32, but the Hurricanes have trying to climb back into this one here with 5:34 left. Third quarter of action now. Potwin going against Carboneau for the Raiders. He lets that one fly, and it's tipped around out there, put up by Mitchell. Finally yanked down by Boynton for the Raiders, and he gets it ahead to Stempeck. Stempeck now moves against Clough for the Hurricanes. Now he takes the lane. The shot goes off the front of the rim. Mike had clear sailing right into the lane there, but the shot wouldn't go, and we come back to on the other end. This is Mitchell who feeds number 15, Clough. He puts it up, no good. The rebound yanked away there. Back out to the Hurricanes. Mitchell puts it up, no good. This time Berejiklian corrals it, and he gets it ahead to Carboneau. Carboneau now dribbles up against Potwin. Drives into the lane. Nice dish pass there to, and Berejiklian's going to be fouled on the play. The pass went from Carboneau to Greg Berejiklian, and that'll send Greg to the line here with 4:42 left. The Raiders on top, 46-32. Berejiklian at the foul line. Didn't get the bounce on that one. He's got another one coming though. And Bloomer comes in for Stempeck for the Raiders. So it's Bloomer, Berejiklian, Boynton, Carboneau, and Bailey. Okay, we got a whistle. They're going to let the sub in. So Blickarts is in for Berejiklian. So we've got Blickarts, Carboneau, Bloomer, Boynton, and Bailey now for the Raiders. Going against the Canes here. The Raiders are up 47-32. 4:35 left in the third quarter of action. Loose ball out there picked up by Blickarts. It's knocked away. But they're going to say it went off Blickarts' hands. So that'll give the ball back to the Hurricanes with 4:29 left in the third quarter for here from Keith Jim. The shot there, no good. Rebound, Bailey. And they call a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Raiders, so the Raiders will inbound it here with 4:24 left. Canes going with the full court press here at this point. Carboneau now gets it into Bailey. Bailey. And Bloomer moves it. He's going to be fouled though on the play. Ball's going to go against Clough of the Hurricanes. Well, let's see, we've got 3 fouls against the Canes and 2 against the Raiders. That'll be 4 against the Canes. And the Raiders will inbound it with 4:17 left. And the Bloomer now on the move, and he loses control. It's picked up by Potwin there for the Hurricanes. He dribbles down, loses. Now he regains control. Working against Carboneau, back out to Caulfield now, going against Bailey. Nice steal by Matt Bloomer of the Raiders, and a ball knocked out of bounds. The Raiders will inbound it here underneath the basket. The Raiders going with, let's see now, Bloomer, Carboneau, Bailey, and shot there by Carboneau is no good. Blickarts is in there, and also Dave Paller now for the Raiders. Back outside, they're going to get him on steps. Clough drags the pivot foot, and it's 47-32 Raiders. The ball will go back over to Rutland here. With 3:49 left, third quarter of action from Keefe Gymnasium tonight, junior varsity action. Carboneau now dribbles up against Potwin. Nice bounce pass to Paller, over to Bailey. And he's going to be slapped out there. You can hear that one over here, so obviously that's going to, let's see what that'll do. That'll give the ball to Raiders out of bounds. So Bailey will inbound it for Rutland. Gets it into Paller. Paller goes up with a shot off the glass, and it's pulled down by the Canes here. This is Caulfield moving it up against Bailey now at the top of the key. Goes to Potwin from three-point land. That one's a little short, and the ball will go back over the Raiders. Rutland on top, 47-32 with 3:25 left in the third quarter. Raiders going with Bloomer. And let's see. Matt having some trouble there. Stolen away. This is Caulfield, and Aaron Carboneau is going to pick up the foul this time around for the Raiders. Okay, correction there. The foul was on number 14, Aaron Bailey. So that'll send number 13, Caulfield, to the line for the Hurricanes with 3:18 left. Aaron Bailey picking up the personal. That's 4 against him. And Caulfield hits the front end of the 1-and-1, and he gets the second one also. 47-34. And into the ball game is Chamber for the Hurricanes, and number 25, Dershell, takes a seat. Raiders going with Bailey, Blickards, Carboneau, Paller, and Bloomer now. And the Canes coming with that full court press here again in the third quarter. They've been able to use it to their advantage here, creating some turnovers. Carboneau double team, needs some help, and he finds Blickards. Now Drew wants to go cross court. It's intercepted by Mitchell. He drives into the lane, puts it up, and it's no good. Chamber puts up that little jumper, no good. Bailey rips it down for the Raiders, and he's fouled from behind by Caulfield. With 3:01 left, the Raiders on top, 47-34. Bailey inbounds at the Carboneau now. Aaron Carboneau dribbling up there against Potwin. Gets by him, gets by Mitchell, still going. Nice bounce pass to Blickards, and pretty play off the glass. Blickards with the bucket. 49-34. Almost picked off there, loses the handle. Potwin drives in for the Canes, and they're going to get, I believe, Matt Bloomer is going to be called on this one against the Raiders. Action picking up here in the third quarter. The Raiders on top, 49-34 with 2:41 left. This sends Caulfield to the line here for Hartford. He drains the first one. Second one goes in also, and it's 49-36 now. Rutland on top with 2:41 left. Carboneau racing up the court here. And he puts it up off the glass. It's no good. The rebound is taken away from Paller by Caulfield for the Hurricanes. Ahead to Clough. He doesn't hit it. And he comes back again. No good. Jump ball, and the possession arrow this time goes in favor of the Hurricanes. In for the Raiders is Chris Mayhew and Aaron Boynton, replacing Paller and Carboneau. So we've got Boynton, Bloomer, Mayhew, Bailey, and Blickards. Shot is good there by the Hurricanes. It was Chamber, and it's 49-38 now. Canes making a run here. There's a foul out in front, and this one's going to go against number 22 for the Canes. That's misspell. So this will send Aaron Boynton to the line for the Raiders with 2:14 left in the third quarter. And we got a whistle there. Let's see what happens. I think we had a violation against Hartford. Lane violation, so Boynton will get another shot here. Boynton sinks that one. And he should get another one coming here. 50-38, the Raiders on top with 2:14 left. Boynton sinks them both. 51-38 Raiders. And they're going to get Mr. Caulfield there stepped on the line, dribbling down the court, and the ball goes back over to the Raiders with 2:12 left. Third quarter action here from Keefe Gymnasium. Raiders going with Bloomer, Mayhew, Greg Sinus in there now, Aaron Boynton, and also Drew Blickarts. Having a little trouble now. It's taken away. Potwin wants to go to, and now it's stripped away back the other way. Went from the Raiders to the Canes, back to the Canes, and they finally ended up with the ball, but going to have a foul on the play. Well, let's see. That's going to be inbounds pass here coming momentarily. The Raiders on top 51-38 with 2:03 left. And it'll be a Hurricane ball. This is misspelled for the Hartford Hurricanes, driving against Boynton. And let's see, they're going to get Aaron Boynton for the fall. That'll well, I guess they're going to have this will be a 1-and-1. Shouldn't be though. It should be inbounds again here. We haven't reached the bonus situation, so the Canes will inbound with 1:59 left. The Raiders on top 51-38. The ball goes outside as Potwin back in the corner there to Caulfield. Chamber underneath. Tried to knock it back in play, but it's out of bounds. It'll be a Raider ball. Sinus now will inbound it. Greg Sinus, one of the freshmen here on this junior varsity team. Gets it ahead to Blickarts. He's going to take it in himself and puts it up and in. Nice move by Blickarts, and he gets the bucket, and the Raiders are up in front 53-38 here with 1:35 left. A lot of contact going out front there. This is Sinus, and the Blickarts puts it up. No good. The rebound taken down here by Chamber. He races ahead for the Hurricanes, puts up the shot, gets his own rebound. And we got a foul underneath. It's going to go against Mike Stempeck of the Raiders. The Raiders on top 53-38 with 1:22 left. Third quarter action from Keefe Gym tonight. Chambers got another one coming here. Falls against Mike Stempeck. That's Mike's second personal of the night. Chamber misses them both, and it's taken down by Chris Mayhew. He's fouled. Chris a little upset because he wanted to drive it with that ball. He wanted to get something going here offensively. So that kind of slows things up with 1:20 left. That'll send Chris to the foul line here with a chance to put the Raiders out in front by more. 1:20 left, third quarter of action here. (54-38). The Raiders are a little huddle there at the in the lane, reminiscent of a lot of college basketball teams today. There's the second shot by Mayhew is good. Chris drains them both, and it's 55-38. The Raiders ahead here. There's a ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to get the ball back. Things going Rutland's way at this point. 1:16 left, third quarter action here from Keefe Gym. 55-38, the Raiders on top. Pass goes into Barajeklian, and he gets it ahead to Stempeck now. And the ball tipped back into the lane, picked up by Chamber. He's going to take it right in himself. That's no good. And let's see, Boynton clears. Looking for help. I'll tell you, they'll dog you to death, this Hartford team. A lot of action out there, a lot of contact, and nothing going on here as far as the whistles go. 55-38, the Raiders on top in this one, third quarter action. Certainly letting them play here at this point. This is Potwin. He lets it fly off the glass. The rebound, Stempeck. Let's see if Mike holds it up here for one shot. Into Birajeklian, to Sinus. He loses the handle. Play a little ragged at this point now with 37 seconds left. It's 55-38 Raiders. Sinus inbounds it here to Birajeklian. Let's see what we got here. Whistle. Okay, it's just a warning. They want to make sure they give them plenty of room here when they inbounds the pass. It goes from Sinus, and it went off Boynton's fingertips. It's going down the other end. This is McCord, and the shot's no good. Number 3 there for the Hurricanes puts it up. Freezy, that's no good. Jump ball, and possession arrow favors the Raiders this time around. .27 seconds left. Raiders on top, 55-38. Bounce pass into Mayhew. Chris races ahead of the pack here to Stempeck. Mike with a little bounce pass and puts the shot off the glass, and it's good. It's 57-38. And back come the Canes down the other end. Driving in there. There's, boy, bodies all over the place, flying around here, and the shot's no good. Another shot up there at the buzzer. That'll do it after 3 quarters of play. Raiders 57 and the Hurricanes 38. Okay, back at Keefe Gymnasium here. We're getting ready for the 4th and final quarter. And the Rutland High Red Raiders find themselves on top, 57-38 against the Hartford Hurricanes. We'll set the Raider lineup here. It's pretty much the same lineup, I believe, that they ended the third quarter with. Stempeck, Mayhew, Birajeklian, Blickhart. They got both big men in there, and also Greg Sinus. Mark Carboneau here doing the play-by-play along with Brian Mayhew tonight, and we've got a full slate of games this week. Channel 15. We've got girls varsity or girls JV and varsity action tomorrow night here from Keefe Gym, and then on Thursday night the South Burlington Rebels come to town against the Rutland High Red Raiders. That'll be boys JV and varsity action on Thursday night. Plenty of hoop coming your way this week on Channel 15, Rutland Region Community Television. Jack Healy across the way. He'll be your play-by-play man for the varsity game. Mr. Mayhew waving the Jack across the way. There's inbounds past Birajeklian, gets it ahead to Mayhew. And Mayhew drives into the lane, and let's see if it, well, he almost put it in. Chris went down hard. Seems to be okay, shaking off the elbow. So with 7:51 left, the Raiders find themselves out in front, 57-38. It was 42-24 at the half, and the Raiders have had opened up, and they pretty much had it their own way here in the first 3 quarters of the ball game. Hartford style of basketball is just pretty much they'll dog it to death on defense, and they like to run up and down the court. And the Raiders have pretty much handled that defense this evening with some nice passing and just a good ball movement out there. There's Sinus with the shot. Big man Blickhart clears the boards. Oh, he puts it up no good. And it's taken down by Potwin there. Potwin brings it up against Mayhew now. Working out front here with 7:31 left. And that one goes in. There's a 3-pointer there by number 12 for the Canes, McCord. So McCord draws the Hurricanes a little bit closer, 57-41. The Raiders on top. Mayhew now with the ball, gets the pass from Blickhart. Now to Sinus. Sinus to Mike Stempeck. Stempak with the bucket for the Raiders, 59-41. Going back the other way now. This is number 22 for the Hurricanes. The shot's no good by Muspel. 14 puts it up there. That's Fielding. He's comes up a little short, and the ball goes back over to the Raiders. Mayhew now brings it into the lane, loses control. Let's see. No, they're going to give the ball back to the Hurricanes. So with 6:41 left, Raiders on top, 59-41, and back into the ball game here for the Raiders is Jake Conway. Conway replaces Sinus, I believe. So let's see, we've got Conway, Barajekli, and Blickarts, Mayhew, and Stempak into the lane. The shot is up and no good. The rebound is taken down by Blickarts, clears it ahead to Mayhew. And he gets his pocket picked there by number 12, and now we got a trip down the other end. And let's see. See whose ball it is on. It'll be a Hartford ball out of bounds. With 6:18 left in the fourth quarter, this is LeBlanc lets it fly for Hartford. That one's no good. And it's taken down by Stempak. Ahead to Conway, into the lane. Off the glass, and it's good. Jake Conway with the bucket for the Raiders. 61-41 now. And Aaron Carboneau now back into the game for the Raiders. So we've got Carboneau, Conway, Blickarts, Barajeklian, and Mayhew. This is LeBlanc now. He brings it up for the Hurricanes, working against Conway for the Raiders. And he was forced. Well, they're going to get Aaron Carboneau there for the personal. See how many that is. That's number 2 against Aaron Carboneau. Both teams at the limit here. They both have 7 fouls, so from this point on, they'll be going to the foul line here. The Canes, McCord now on the line. And he gets the bounce. He's got another one coming. 61-42. The Raiders on top with 5:46 left. Second one doesn't find its way in. Pulled down by Carboneau. Stops, and he gets it ahead to Barajeklian, the Blickarts, and he was hammered. Almost took his arm off out there. That was 22 there on the fall. That's Muspel for the Hurricanes. Let's see how many of that he's got. That'll send Blickarts to the line for the Raiders. That was his 3rd foul. Rebound there, Barajeklian puts it up and in. 63-42. Nice board work there by the Raiders, and it's big lead by the Raiders here now in this fourth quarter with 5:24 left. LeBlanc drives in. And Blickarts rebounds, and Chris Mayhew is going to be hacked from behind. McCord picking up the foul for the Hurricanes, so that'll send Chris Mayhew to the line for the Raiders. The Raiders pretty much after that first quarter found things fairly easy going to this point, and they've had it pretty much their way. Going against pretty much of a pesky group here from Hartford. They like to play that tight defense, and you know they're in your face for 4 quarters, that's for sure. But the Raiders have stood the test here. Done a nice job. There's a shot by Barajeklian. Greg puts it up and in, and it's 65-42 Raiders. This is taken down there, and the shot is up and in by Caulfield for the Hurricanes at 65-44. 4:58 left. Mayhew now brings it up. He's double teamed. He gets it ahead to Carboneau. Aaron drives into the lane, and he's fouled. The shot doesn't go in, but he'll go to the foul line, and I'm sure he'll have a red mark, wherever that was. I'm not sure where they got him on the arm, I would suspect. So at 4:49, it sends Carboneau to the charity stripe. The Raiders out in front, 65-44. And Aaron drains the first one. So that makes it 66-44 Raiders. And he gets them both. 67-44, the Raiders on top. So Carboneau gets them, both of them there. And look at Conway down here fighting for the ball, but he loses it, and it's going to go back to the Hurricanes. And this is McCord bringing it up here working against Conway. Excuse me, that's Mayhew out there. I was just corrected by his father here. And there's a shot off the glass by Chamber for the Hurricanes. Let's see, the Canes they'll retain control down here underneath the basket. Ball goes back into Chamber, and he puts it through. 67-46. Long pass to Mayhew. He races ahead, and they're going to get a foul here against Chamber of the Hurricanes. This will send Chris Mayhew to the line. And he'll be shooting 2 here from the charity stripe. 67-46. The Raiders on top with 4:23 left in the fourth quarter. Junior varsity action tonight from Keefe Gymnasium. Varsity action to follow. Raiders had a 50-38 lead here at the end of 3. And right now it's 67-46 here with 4:23 left. Raiders pretty much have had things their own way thus far. And that one rolls off. So let's see, the ball bounces around down here. Finally picked up by Birajeklian. Back to Mayhew. We've got Mayhew, Conway, Carboneau, Birajeklian, and Dwyer in there. And Chris loses control. It's picked up by Chamber. He races ahead of the pack. He's in the lane. He puts up the shot, and it falls through. It's 67-48. Carboneau to Dwyer. Working against LeBlanc. And he's hammered out in front. Foul is going to go against number 13, Caulfield. That'll send Pat Dwyer to the line here with 3:50 left. The Raiders on top, 67-48. And let's see, that's going to do it for Caulfield. That's his 5th personal, so he'll be replaced by number 12, McCord. Raiders going with Carboneau, Conway, Birajeklian, Stempek, and Pat Dwyer, who is at the foul line here shooting the free throws for the Raiders. And it's a 1-on-1 situation. Pat didn't get the first one, so the ball goes back to the Hurricanes. And this is number 15, Clough, hits it for the Canes. Back the other way. Conway runs it down, tried to save it. Ball hit the backboard, and it goes back to the Hurricanes with 3:35 left. The Raiders on top, 67-50. Potwin now brings it up against Carboneau of the Raiders. He gets it into McCord, lets it fly. 3-pointer is good, and it's 67-53 now. The Raiders out in front with 3:21 left. Carboneau now bringing the ball up against the Hurricanes to Stempek. Mike's shot is good. Mike set himself up on that baseline. He got the pass from Carboneau, and he put it through the twines. 69-53 going the other way. And we're going to turn right around, come back the Raider way here with 3:07 left. Raiders will put it in play. Got Dwyer, Stempek, Birajeklian, Conway, and Carboneau. The ball goes into Carboneau. Tried to go to Conway. Carboneau gets it back. He's got Stempek waiting again. Has trouble running the basketball down. Finally gets control. Gets it ahead to Dwyer. Pat puts it off the glass and in. Good work there, Carboneau to Dwyer, and it's 71-53 with 2:49 left. Fourth quarter of action here from Keefe Gymnasium. And the Canes here working against the clock and the Raiders. They find themselves down. The Raiders on top of this one, 71-53. There's a long one by McCord off the front of the rim. Gets his own rebound now, and he gets it again. Now he shoots from three-point land. That one's picked off by Barajaklian of the Raiders to Stempek to Carboneau. Carboneau now bringing it up over the timeline, and he wants to slow it down here with 2:15 left in the contest. Ball goes to Barajaklian. Stempek will take it in the lane, off the glass and in. Raiders looking sharp here at this point. They're out in front 73-53 with 1:58 left, fourth quarter action. There's a long one, man. It goes off the rim. Dwyer gets the rebound. But before he gets it away, he's fouled. So that'll send Dwyer back to the foul line with 1:52 left. Raiders ahead by 20. This has been a good outing for the junior varsity club, working on that 7-2 record. They haven't played a game since last Friday against the Colonels down in Brattleboro, and they were victorious with that one. So the long layoff really hasn't hurt this junior varsity club under Mark Benetatos. They got 2 freshmen and then the rest are sophomores, and they've done a good job here tonight. Dwyer with the foul shot is good, and Pat's going to get another one here and try to add to that Raider lead, 74-53. Second one there is rebounded by Chamber of Hartford, and he brings it up, gets it ahead to Clough. Clough now working out there against Carboneau for the Raiders. He goes into the lane, and Carboneau runs it down, puts it off the glass and in. Aaron Carboneau with the bucket, 76-53, 1:32 left here from Keefe Gym. Yeah, this is number 10 now. Perigo working against Bailey. And he gets it back outside. There's a shot from three-point land. That's no good by Clough. Perigo puts up the rebound. It's no good. Chamber loses it out of control, or out of bounds. He loses control, and it's Raider ball. 1:13 left. Carboneau back to Dwyer. Dwyer gets it ahead to Stempek. Mike with the fake, and it's no good though. Rebound is finally pulled down by Clough for the Hurricanes. He works it into the forecourt. There's a long one. Three-pointer by number 10. That's Perigo, and he let that one fly, and it's 76-56. Bounce pass, and it goes out of bounds to be a Cane ball here, inbounded. Raiders on top by 20 with 48 seconds left. And once again, a fine outing here by the junior varsity squad tonight from Rutland against a pesky group of Hurricanes from Hartford. There's a shot by Perigo. That one goes off the glass. It's run down by Carboneau, but goes out of bounds before he had a chance to get there. Let's see who they're going to call. It'll be a Hartford ball out of bounds with 36 seconds left. And it goes into Dwyer. Dwyer brings it down for the Raiders ahead to Carboneau. Carboneau now brings it up with 27 seconds left. Goes into the lane, bounce pass to Paller. Shot is up and no good off the glass. The rebound taken down there by number 15. That's Clough. He gets it ahead to number 10. That's Perigo now. Back to Clough. He lets the fly off the glass. 5 seconds left. Carboneau all by himself. Puts it up off the glass, and it doesn't go. Well, he misses the layup, but the Raiders come out on top of this one anyway. So he shouldn't feel too bad about it. Mark Benetato's club here on top, 76-56 over the Hartford Hurricanes. And varsity action will be coming your way shortly.